Hello and welcome to today's training. Today we're gonna discuss the topic of detachment and how to master detachment to manifest effortlessly. Let's go through the overview, the real meaning of detachment, why attachment blocks manifestation, survival versus receiving mode, the science and spirituality behind letting go, the magnetic power of emotional independence, daily detachment practices, and review. The real meaning of detachment. What really is detachment? Detachment is not emotional withdrawal, is not disconnecting from your desires, it is not pretending you don't care, it is the removal of need from the equation. Because needing pulls you out of alignment. Needing contracts the nervous system. Needing puts the subconscious into survival mode. And survival mode cannot receive, it can only protect. When you operate from need, you don't attract from desire, you attract from desperation. And desperation broadcasts one message: I don't have, I'm lacking, I'm incomplete. The universe, your subconscious, and your energetic fields mirror this state back to you. Identity dictates perception, emotion, and behavior, and all three shape your reality. This is why detachment is an identity shift. See the previous video on identity shifting to better understand the topic. In our previous work, we explored how identity is formed. It's formed through repetition, emotional memory, nervous system patterns, and subconscious conditioning. Identity is the story your subconscious believes about who you are, and here is the key. Attachment is part of the identity. If your identity says, I'm incomplete without this outcome, I only feel safe when I get what I want, my worth depends on this result, then attachment becomes your default emotional state. Attachment is the identity behind the goal. Attachment is identity-based lack. Detachment is identity-based wholeness. Detachment says, I'm desire, but I am not defined by the outcome. I choose, but I don't collapse if timing shifts. I want, but I don't grip. This is what makes detachment a higher identity frequency. Attachment is a nervous system response. It's physiological. When something feels essential for safety, love, success, approval, money, control, timing, the nervous system activates protective mechanisms. Tension, overanalysis, controlling behavior, emotional rigidity, fear of loss, compulsive planning, etc. Your body treats the desire like a survival threat. If I don't get this, something bad will happen. So the system tightens. It contracts into familiar patterns because familiarity means safety to the nervous system, as discussed in the previous video. This is why detachment feels so hard. Detachment requires teaching the nervous system this is safe, this is allowed. Receiving is not dangerous. Only then the body can relax into the receiving mode. Attachment feels compelling. Attachment is always tied to control. Control is the nervous system way of reducing uncertainty. If the subconscious equates uncertainty with danger, it pushes you to micromanage outcomes, timing, people, and processes. But control is a compensation, not a strategy. We attempt to control the world because the internal world feels unpredictable. Control is the nervous system saying, I don't trust life yet. I trust only what I already have now. Manifestation thrives in uncertainty. It requires openness, space, flow, All states the nervous system cannot access when control is activated. Detachment is the release of control from place of safety. Detachment, on the other hand, says, I choose this, but I do not collapse without it. You want the goal, you intend the outcome, you align your actions, but you stop trying to force how, when, who, the sequence, details, speed. Detachment creates room for reality to deliver. You shift from I must make this happen to I collaborate with what wants to happen. This is the energetic posture of abundance. Detachment shifts your identity. Detachment shifts your identity from I must get this to feel whole to I already am the one who receives. This identity shift changes everything. Scarcity turns to abundance, chasing turns to attracting, tension turns to openness, control turns to trust, etc. When your identity shifts, your nervous system relaxes, your subconscious aligns, your vibration rises, your actions change, perception expands, and reality reorganizes around your new internal state. Manifestation is identity-driven. Detachment is identity elevation. Let's talk about levels of consciousness in the topic of detachment, because detachment is also a frequency. When you are attached to something, you come from lower states of consciousness. You come from fear, shame, scarcity, insecurity, unworthiness, powerlessness. These states create dense energy that attracts matching experiences. On the other hand, detachment comes from higher states. It comes from acceptance, trust, openness, gratitude, self-worth, inner stability, abundance, presence. These states elevate your vibration, align you with opportunity, and make you match for the reality you are calling in. Your consciousness determines your magnetism. Your identity determines your reality. Detachment is attractive. In energetic terms, attachment is contraction and detachment is the expansion. Contraction repels, expansion receive. Attachment signals lack, detachment signals abundance. Attachment closes possibility. Detachments open pathways. When you detach, your field says, I already am, I already have, I am ready, and reality responds. Why attachment blocks manifestation? Attachment is a survival pattern. When you need something to be safe, worthy, or validated, your nervous system goes into threat mode. In a threat mode, you cannot receive, you can only protect. This is why attachment sounds like, if this doesn't happen, I'm not enough. I will relax when I get the result. I need proof before I can believe. The subconscious reads this as, I don't have it, I'm lacking, I'm unsafe. Your reality mirrors this internal state. Attachment creates resistance. Resistance blocks flow. Resistance tightens your energy. It locks your nervous system into survival mode. Manifestation cannot land in a mind that is tense, that is afraid, grasping, controlling, because fear signals, not yet. Detachment signals, I am ready. This subconscious mind follows one rule. What you focus on emotionally is what you assume to be true. Survival versus receiving mode. Survival mode is when the body protects the old self. The nervous system scans for danger based on past emotional patterns, not present reality. It narrows your perception to only what feels familiar. In this state, you overthink because the brain is predicting the failure. You chase because safety feels outside of you. You control because uncertainty feels dangerous. You force timing because patience feels like risk. You settle because your system can only choose what is known. Survival mode is your body saying, expansion is unsafe, stay small. This state blocks creativity, intuition, flow, synchronicity, the exact ingredients manifestation requires. Survival mode recreates the old self. Again, remember the identity shifting presentation. When you are in survival mode, you cannot imagine better outcomes. You don't see possibility, you see threats. You don't see option, you see obstacles. Manifestation demands a mind that can't hold possibility. Survival mode collapses possibility to zero. Receiving mode is when your body feels safe. Receiving mode begins with safety, not excitement, not positivity, not affirmation, safety. When the nervous system feels safe, your awareness expands, your energy softens, your intuition strengthens. You feel more connected to timing. Your inner world becomes still and receptive. Ideas flow because the brain isn't protecting you, it's guiding you. When you attach, your brain switches into threat response. The prefrontal cortex, your center for imagination, innovation, intuition, shuts down. In this state, your system cannot create a new reality. It can only recreate the past. The science and spirituality behind letting go. The subconscious accepts what feels safe. Remember the presentation about identity and subconscious mind. The subconscious adopts only what feels familiar, believable, predictable, and emotionally safe. If receiving feels unsafe, the subconscious blocks it. Your subconscious has an emotional set point, a baseline of what feels normal. If success exceeds this set point, you will unconsciously pull back. If love exceeds this set point, you will create distance, etc. In quantum terms, attachment collapses your reality to one possibility, the one shaped by fear. On the other hand, detachment reopens infinite possibilities because it shifts your state to match the version of reality you desire. Manifestation is turning yourself to the version of reality that already holds your desire. The magnetic power of emotional independence. Magnetism comes from inner stability. You become magnetic the moment you stop needing external proof to confirm your worth. Emotional independence looks like being calm without guarantees, being confident without results, being grounded without control, being fulfilled without validation. When nothing external controls your emotional baseline, you step into real personal power. When you are no longer pulled by external factors, your energy becomes consistent, and consistent energy creates consistent reality. Your emotional independence forms a stable field that external events begin to organize themselves around. You stop adapting to the world begins adapting to you. Now let's discuss some daily detachment practices you can start doing today or for the next couple of days to train detachment. In the morning, I recommend doing meditation. Also, grounding is recommended. Going outside, spend some time in the nature and connect to the Mother Earth. Also, what I do is gratitude journaling every morning. Just write down a couple things that you are grateful about and you will set the tone for the day, and also you realize how good your life already is, and that you don't need to be attached to anything external. It will naturally be attracted to you. During the day, control your reactions you have to things, to experiences, to people. This is really important. Trust in the flow of things. Just be in the mindset that the universe has got your back, that the game has got your back, that you will receive everything you want eventually, and that the game is doing its best to work in your favor. And with this mindset, let's say you naturally detach from wanting things too much and just enjoy the present moment and let things flow. What I do in the evenings, I use visualizations combined with meditation, and those visualizations without need or fear. I just enjoy the present moment of the meditation, of the visualization. I also gratitude journal in the evenings what happened during the day and what made me happy, what I did correctly during the day. I also listen to fields, and you can also try other techniques. If you just do the things that were discussed here, in 1 month you will be a completely different person. Detachment becomes effortless when it becomes your emotional baseline. Let's go through the review of this topic. Detachment means releasing the need, not the desire. It's the shift from controlling outcomes to trusting your internal stability. Attachment is a survival mode. It is nervous system clinging to the familiar, the subconscious protecting the outdated identity, the emotional body fearing expansion. Receiving requires safety. The body must believe it can hold more without interpreting more as danger. Your ability to receive grows as your nervous system settles. Surrender. You cannot access intuition, creativity, or possibility when the brain is in threat response. Letting go reactivates the parts of your mind that create aligned action and opportunity. Emotional independence is magnetic. When your worth is no longer tied to outcomes, your energy becomes stable, and this stability pulls the right experiences towards you. Embodiment makes detachment real. Detachment must be felt in the body, not just understood in the mind. A relaxed breath, an open posture, emotional baseline, these signal to the subconscious that receiving is safe. Flow, faith, and surrender create effortless manifestation. Flow emerges when resistance dissolves. Faith is what keeps you open. Surrender aligns you with timing beyond your control. Thank you for watching the video. If you like the video and have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments. Also, if you know about anyone that could benefit from watching the video, feel free to send him the video. Also, I want to invite you to my second YouTube channel, 𝗵𝗃𝗃 Fields. Morphic fields are energetic tools that can help you elevate your life in multiple topics that you focus on. And until the next time, see you later.